the main?
This is Sajaya. The buildings that you see, it's Gaza. That's Gaza.
Yes.
Yeah, but
City Gaza.
this is like the suburb, the poor suburb of Gaza, Sajaya.
Sajai.
And all the riots on the fence were literally here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not here, there.
Yes, but on October the 7th, they came across here.
So the first wave came straight, but because they couldn't enter due to the tank, they went all around. They continue to Be'eri and to Nahal Oz, but from the back. Gate.
And they could climb over the fence.
No, what happened, we didn't have electricity. So it stopped, and only by foot or motorcycle
Yeah.
could enter. Second way, then in the meantime, the tanks saw what's going on in Kfar Aza. So he left that position, went to Kfar Aza. So now you see everything was open. And then the second wave was also terrorists and half of Gaza.
And they just could cross the fence.
Yeah, because they destroyed the fence. The fence is high tech.
Yeah, I know.
But if nobody answer the alarm, it's just a fence in the end of the day.
Okay, because everyone was gone, no one could signal the alarm, they could just climb over.
Yeah,
Climb over, they pushed it, they
destroyed.
Yeah, there's a very famous video from, I think, Facebook that they posted, that a tractor just pushed the fence.
Yeah, that was here.
Yeah. But
close to
here, but you could all around, all length of the fence, it happened in a, I can't remember what they told us, I think 188 points in the fence.
Yeah.
From here to
South.
Kerem Shalom, to Khan Yunis.
And then the second, that was the second
That's the
wave.
second wave, came from all around. And with I don't know, but around 1,000 or whatever citizens.
So they could just come in here because there was no
Exactly.
safeguards or
No
security
army.
guards.
No safeguard, nothing, and they just could enter. And the third wave, again, same from all over. And then when we come to our home, I will explain further. But it was important to understand how they came.
And you were here.
Oh, yeah.
Scary.
Very traumatic.
Yes. You're still here.
Yeah.
No. We didn't come back. We live not far.
Oh,
We visit a lot, but
living here.
not yet. We don't know. Let's say that. We don't know if we'll come back, if we'll leave. And it's okay for us, for now, not to make that choice. But remember that I told you that they couldn't enter from the front?
So they came here.
Yeah. And
Next to your house.
yeah.
So they didn't manage to go from this border. So, and they managed to go from here. And
How many were there?
Wow. A lot of them.
Okay.
I think
Above 60.
yeah.
60,
But Nukhbas, like
Nukhbas,
the main
yeah.
yeah.
Fighters.
The special unit of Hamas.
Yeah, exactly.
So they could just come over the fence and then they dispersed here.
Yep.
No, they came directly here.
Let's maybe walk.
Yeah, we walk
slowly.
around.
They came to here because our it's kind of a IDF commander. He's the
Head of
main
security.
yeah, he's the head of
Yeah.
security of the kibbutz. He's living very close to here.
And they knew that.
They knew that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they have a very good.
By the way,
intelligence.
they found maps of the kibbutz, and they said, for example, Cherry family,
Yeah.
three kids,
Ah.
no dog.
no dogs.
No
because
dogs.
They scare.
Adler, 3 boys, young boys. Skupinski.
But they would not enter if there's a dog?
No, they used to enter.
Shoot the dog first.
Yeah,
Exactly.
shoot the dog first and
Exactly.
then clear the house.
Yeah,
Wow, how did they get that information?
they were here. For example, when they built the houses, for Nahal Oz, it was important to have good connections with the people, and every time that they had a certificate to build in Israel, we said, "Oh, come to us." You know, we felt it was important as neighbors.
So you let them into your homes?
They built here, and
They built
furthermore, I remember that one time with the electricians, I sat on the balcony and we had coffee and we talked.
With the people from
The
Gaza.
guys who mapped the house.
The one who mapped the houses.
And do you think they did that? They sat here and they had already the intention of mapping the
Yeah.
house in order to kill you later.
Yeah, for sure, because that's what happened. So okay,
So there was a plan.
There was a plan. We didn't know that. We were living in La La Land, thinking that we're, establishing good neighborhood. Very neighbor.
Very
So
naive.
it's muddy, but we're just gonna show you for a second, okay? Come here, 2 steps. This is Ilan's house here, the second one.
The head of the security.
Head of the
head of
security.
security.
So what happened, they came, surrounded the houses, and a fight started. And we'll tell you later on in the shade the whole story. Okay. But this is, and then after, here all around, and then those who survived ran and they hide in our house.
The terrorists that survived, they came to your house after, well, most of them were actually
Killed.
Yeah. The survivors came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they moved, and then everything happened in our house. But that was just the first wave.
Ah.
Ah.
Okay. How do you feel coming in here?
Very sad.
Yeah, very sad.
Very sad.
Wow.
When was the last time you were in here?
It's a new house.
Hmm.
We lived here for 9 months. It's really new. We built a house. We used to live in an old house in the kibbutz, and we built our dream home. So it's sad, because you imagine your life, and this chapter ended. Now we have to write a new chapter. All the rooms of the children are as safe rooms, because we had a lot of rockets. Okay. So we wanted them not just to go to sleep and don't need to, and feel safe. Don't need to get up and go to the main shelter.
But if a rocket fell on top of the house, that would be safe?
No. Yes.
Really?
Yes, everything. Actually, that's what saved us. Everything here is highly with concrete and heavily
if a
built.
rock-
It's a very strong material.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very strong material.
Everything
it's a few
here,
materials.
actually, here, you'll see that all of the rooms are safe rooms. But you see, we have regular doors. Why? Because everything here is protected.
So you were not imagining of people coming inside, you just thought that the threat is from the sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, debris, rockets.
So you were not, well, it's a safe room, but it's not prepared for
No.
terrorists coming into your
No,
home.
and you cannot lock a safe room, because the whole point of a safe room is for people, if something, God forbid, happens,
They get in.
to get in and save you. So actually, you rather easily can open a safe room.
Yeah.
Ah, so also the other safe rooms, they were all
Yeah.
unlocked.
Yeah, you cannot lock the safe room.
Okay. I think many people in Europe wouldn't know that. They think you
We'll
go in
show
there
you
and...
now. We'll show
Okay.
you now.
Hmm.
So
That was your room? No. That
no,
was...
no. That's the
My
young
sister's room.
young one.
Okay.
Shani's room, the main,
Daughter. Mhm.
our room, and this is the shower, and it's important because it links.
Just a minute.
I'm sorry, I'll open the door, the light. Again, to that. Actually, the door, the door links to the other side of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So later on, it became a main road.
Ah, so they were walking through here.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
But we'll tell the story, and then everything will make sense.
And you were hiding in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Here.
this is the main safe room.
This is
my
the
room.
main, and this is the main door that you have to have. It's
Ah, okay.
it's not bulletproof. Now they're gonna change to a bulletproof.
It's not bulletproof.
It's not.
No, it's
Yeah.
not, because everything is planned from above.
But not for that.
No. So we were here.
It's very easy to open.
The bed is the same here. That guy's room.
So, but you can lock that, so it's safe.
Also, the other rooms you have this,
Mm.
the metal.
Yeah, but this is the main threat if you're in here.
Exactly. And also, the government will approve it only if you have also to protect you from gas, and it's like, yeah, everything is so. you have to close the door, and it's gonna make a loud noise,
yeah,
but
make a
I want to
noise.
show you, okay?
Yeah.
You close like this.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens? It's not locked, but it goes inside, and then if you have even rocket inside, it doesn't move because it's really locked in the ground.
So it's air sealed.
Exactly. So imagine being here 20 hours.
You were in here 20 hours?
Yes. No air, no water, no food.
And they could open that from outside?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
They
very easy.
tried
You
that.
can
Yeah. They
180
did.
180 degrees and
Oh,
you
they
open
did.
it.
Yeah.
We can see
Yeah.
the fence through which they came on October the 7th. You saw that.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Actually, October 7th was supposed to be the 70 years birthday of Nahal Oz. So we prepared a huge party and a show, and around midnight, it was the last rehearsal. I think most of the kibbutz was on the stage, singing for peace. And then we hugs and kisses. I wish I knew that it would be the last hugs and kisses. And we went home. He went with his friends.
Yeah. After the party, I've been with a few friends. Two of them is one of them is Hakim. She got kidnapped in a few hours later,
And her family.
and her family
You're still
were-
there.
No,
No,
she,
no, she came
returned.
back with the
Thank
children.
God she returned. Yeah, after in the first deal, and second she called. Her name is Sharon Nidan. Her sister got murdered, and her brother got kidnapped and got
Her
murdered.
father.
Yeah, her father got kidnapped and murdered in Hamas in Gaza.
Okay. But you were all, the entire family was here at home?
Yeah, we went to bed. He went to bed around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 2
Which
o'clock
is-
in the morning. I've been here.
Imagine.
And then in the morning you got up regularly?
We got up to sirens, but and then I went to Yav's room. Guy was in his room alone, and Owen went. No, I went to Shani. Owen went to Yav, but it was immediately we thought, who we killed, what happened, and then it was really different. It was like rain of rockets.
Okay, that's how it started with the
Yeah,
rockets.
immediately a rain of rockets, and after 15 minutes, stopped. That's what we're used to. So we came outside from the rooms, and I was like laughing. How rude, with no coffee. How rude! I was really laughing, and we were joking. The neighbor was new, and we're supposed to get grass on Monday, so we started to joke. Oh, no grass. And then I saw them on my corner of my eye, but he will tell what he heard and saw.
So me and my father, when there is a rocket, there is the breeze, and the breeze can break the windows, and so you have to close the windows. So me and my father go to close the windows in the bedroom, and we started to hear shooting very close. And my father say something is off, it's not normal. And a minute later, we came to here, and we saw through the window, saw terrorists
Just behind the cars,
green
the
bandit. Yeah, through the cars, we saw a terrorist with a green band-aid, the Kalashnikov, the weapon, and RPG.
So you immediately knew what it's about?
Yeah, of course, and he screamed like, "Terrorists, get inside the safe room."
Your father?
Yeah.
My father. Yeah.
But before he said, I knew it, because he always said, one day somebody will enter the kibbutz. I don't think he thought that, but he knew. So he said, I knew it. Run!
Yeah.
We ran to Guy's room. We closed the door as I showed you, and we put a chair next to it, and a commode we pushed against the door.
Yeah.
But we didn't have electricity, so it was pitch dark. I held my...
Because they shut off the electricity.
Yeah,
shut
they
off the
rocket.
Remember
it's
that I told you we
electricity.
sat with the electricians? So My husband is a electrician engineer. And in the beginning, we thought something happened, probably due to missiles, but he said it doesn't make sense because you had here yes, here no. It was very specific where you had electricity and where not. So it was tamped. Anyway, so when you close the door, pitch dark. I was with my young son Yahab on my arms and I didn't see him. And very, very fast, you can hear Allahu Akbar, but
inside the house?
Yeah, no, around.
No, around
the house. Immediately start fighting. Now, what we didn't know, that we had 11 snipers, because all that time during coming up to the day, we had riots on the fence. So they were there to protect the whole of the area, not just Nahal Oz, but they slept in Nahal Oz. So they entered the neighborhood in order to go to Ilan, Zichrono Livracha, which was the head of the security. He called immediately to the commander of those snipers, and after a few minutes, we know it then, we didn't know it on time, they came. So they had a huge battle here, all around.
Just behind your house, basically.
Behind and around.
Around the house.
You could hear everywhere. They also threw grenades on the house.
But lucky they were here, right?
No. The terrorists, the nukhbas, they throw grenades on them. Yeah.
The snipers.
Actually, without them, we were worse than Kfar Aza and Oz, because we had 400 terrorists, and Sinwar always said, once we conquered, they found it, once we conquered Nahal Oz, which Nahal Oz is a symbol of sitting close to the fence and protecting Israel. And he said, once we conquered Nahal Oz, we conquer Israel. Mm-hmm. So they planned to wipe us out.
So they were fighting behind your house.
Yeah. And the snipers killed most of the terrorists. And I can tell you that we didn't know that.
In the first wave, there is sorry.
In
the first wave, there was 60. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they killed most of them.
Yeah.
You were inside the...
Yes.
We were inside the shelter.
But the noise was horrible.
In total darkness.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah. So then, after a few minutes, we hear the doors being breaking. And
But you were like, just when they fired.
Always.
Always?
Yeah.
You don't get used to it then?
It's hard to get used to.
It's not normal.
Okay.
It's not like thunder, for example. We love it. This is not really normal.
Okay, sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Anyway, they broke in. Immediately you hear Allahu Akbar and screaming and yelling and Idbach El Yahud. And we had here alcohol cabinet. Mm-hmm. I love my whiskey. And immediately you hear Allahu Akbar, and they broke it. So I was like laughing, like, alcohol you can, but drugs you can. Because you could really hear they were on drugs, because they spoke in a very weird intonation. And they went all completely crazy. Now, once they broke, we, in the room, you saw the closet, so you have a gap. We tried to hid there the young Shani and Yav.
The door opens inside or outside?
The door opens outside.
So they had to pull?
Yeah, but next to this, it's the closet, and then you have a gap. And it's pitch dark, so we tried to, we asked them to go there, like, really whispering, you barely breathe. And I asked also Guy, because, you want to protect your babies. And Guy told me, no, I'm not going to get high. He said, maybe we'll die today, but also one of them. And he took his dumbbell.
Yeah.
And he stood next to the door on the side waiting for, he said, the first one who comes in, he's dead. And Oren was standing there holding the handle, and I pushed the cabinet. And I looked at Guy and I said, he has his right to choose his death. And which was horrible, a mother to say that to a child. I didn't say it, I thought it. And so I pushed, and
we barely speak.
Yeah, my idea was in my dream. We didn't know what's going on, so I thought if they open, they'll see me first because they were on the side, and I'm a woman, nice catch. So maybe I could save my family. We didn't know that they were shooting the doors.
They didn't care.
We didn't know. Then we didn't know. They almost opened the door.
They knew that you were inside then?
They assumed.
Mm.
They almost opened the door, and they came in, the soldiers, and the deputy of Ilan, Nissan, and the head of the class, of security class, we call it, Berry, they came with the soldiers, and they started to have a fight here, on us. Again, with grenades, and they threw and in here. For according to the WhatsApp, at least an hour.
10 o'clock.
The first wave.
The first wave, 10 o'clock. So.
Around until, and
Asleep, yeah.
sorry, it was approximately an hour. The first fight.
Yeah.
So what happened is every time they needed to shoot, they had to go from the door. So what they tried, we had a water machine. They pulled the water machine and tried to have a hole here.
Mm-hmm.
So actually it saves them because it was starting to get flooded here.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere along the way, they tried to burn us. I could really feel the fuel. I also wrote, they tried to burn us. And but because it was really wet and they didn't have the time because they were shooting on them, and they killed one.
Yeah, well, we didn't know.
We don't know. We all assume.
All about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But one of them got killed.
Yeah.
We assume one.
We heard it. And
But that was still the first wave.
yeah, the first one.
So then, but those one were finished off.
Yeah. And then
Only the beginning.
it was quiet, and we could breathe, but really quiet.
You stayed inside the room.
Yeah. You didn't move. And the thing is that because it was immediately, and normally when you have just rockets, you can go out in between to bring water. We didn't have water. We only had like the end of the bottle of Guy from school. So we had like a water regime that you can only wet your lips. And
then came wave 2.
huh?
Then came the second wave.
Yeah. Around. No.
Well,
10
and a half. We didn't have
Yeah.
a break.
Yeah, it was like 20 minutes break in between.
And you heard that there were more
You
people.
heard like a rumble. 'Cause
The second wave was wow.
It was worse than the first one.
Yeah.
Worse.
yeah, but you had civilians. It wasn't just Muslims.
Civilians and terrorists.
Ten.
The second wasn't.
Okay.
But literally you could hear a rumble. I have a WhatsApp to the security. I said, all of Gaza is in our house. We don't know how many, but the noise was terrible.
What did they do?
They broke still. They also tried to open the door, but they didn't stop there because we assumed that they thought that either we're dead or you're not here. Because imagine we had bodies, everything was blood and destroyed.
You wouldn't expect there's someone there.
Nobody. By the way, also the kibbutz and our neighbors, those hours were sure that we were killed because nobody imagined we could survive what happened here. And with the
So it was terrorists and civilians, and
most civilians.
And did they also engage in murder? And
Yes.
They did.
Yes, and kidnap.
And kidnap.
Yeah. And
Still, they stole a lot of stuff.
everything.
They stole credit cards. They stole everything.
Everything.
Stealing is one
That's
thing,
worth
but
something.
killing or injuring
They
people.
tried, but I think we think what saved us is actually the bodies and the house.
Yeah.
But in other parts, they.
Then you want to tell what happened in the first for like 2 minutes? What happened in Keshet, in the other neighborhood, in the front neighborhood?
It's still this kibbutz.
Yeah.
It's a different neighborhood, and
It's a different neighborhood, and it's close to the main gate. Remember that we said that the tank went to Gaza, and then the wave came from there to the main gate, actually surrounded the kibbutz.
Stop.
And his fiancée, which was like the mother of Dafna, were kidnapped and killed on the way. Her and her sister went kidnapped to Gaza. Her brother killed. He will tell the story. Yari is the son of Nissan, which saved the kibbutz, but went completely crazy, and he left them alone in the safe room, and died. That's the four. Yeah, so I call them the Tzaddik four.
You're telling us when we can.
Yeah. I'm filming. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Remember.
So now I was asking about. Because we always make the differentiation between Hamas and civilians. That is
I don't know why.
In the West, that is very present. It's the innocent civilians and it's Hamas. So here,
No innocent civilians.
they were in the kibbutz and they engaged in
Yeah,
crimes
yeah.
like
Murdering, stealing, kidnapping. So he will,
they killed people.
yeah, he will tell you what
they
happened
kidnapped.
with his friends on the other side of the kibbutz, the front row of the main gate. We're at the back.
So the unit, the soldiers, the snipers, they came only to here to fight at the beginning, and in the other side of the kibbutz there is no defense, there is no soldiers to protect, and a lot of people got murdered or got kidnapped, injured. Few friends of mine. Almost a whole family got murdered, משפחת זוהר family, and זוהר אליקים מהערבה.
But by civilians, because
civilians.
they were taking them with them.
And a few got kidnapped, and Omri Miran, which is, he's still, unfortunately, he's still in Hamas, he's still kidnapped. And yeah, that's horrible.
But so that was the second wave. You were still in there. There were
It was,
lots
very-
of people.
The second wave was the worst.
Yeah, second wave with the innocent civilians was the worst.
Was the worst because they kidnapped the.
They kidnapped, and there were so many that the few. By the way, the commander and 3 other soldiers. The commander was killed here. The commander of the snipers. No, Ilan and the commander of the snipers.
Yakov Kranziski.
And 3 were heavily wounded. So they're left with 6 soldiers and 2 Nahal Oz, 2% from Nahal Oz, all around the kibbutz. So they couldn't
Against
handle
hundreds of terrorists.
What happened to them?
They survived.
All of them.
Yeah.
They saved
They saved the
most of the
kibbutz.
kibbutz.
And by the way, after the fight, they came in. They said that they called us, but it was so noisy that we didn't hear. So they were sure we were murdered. And of course, we're good friends.
And they went on eventually. The second wave, they dispersed and they
In the end,
disappeared.
yeah. In the
Eventually.
end, took like all the house, everything,
Yeah.
and
Credit cards, passports.
and
Well, I would always say take
Many.
it, but I mean.
no, we didn't say anything.
Yeah.
No, we didn't
No,
say.
but the thing is that
They stole.
They stole everything, and they like when they saw pictures, they wrapped it with knife or threw stones. Really, you could feel the hatred.
And then the story we had a Israeli flag very close to the
On the balcony,
Yeah,
the other side.
to the other side, and they they used knife and they like
Step on it.
stayed on the.
And then there was a third wave.
Yes,
Oh, and they destroy everything that belongs to the Jewish tradition of mezuzah, which is in the
Everything.
the door, Torah, the Bible. They destroy everything.
and just anecdote, other than money, the room that was stolen the most was Yav's room. It was 8 because it was stolen, robbed by children. By children, not
children were going in there to take stuff.
Mother and father who took their children and brought them here, and they were stepping on bodies and stepping outside on bodies in the middle of the war. And this drove me crazy because you are in there, you will die for your kids, and they bring their kids in order to kill a Jew or to be killed to become a shaheed. And then they left, but when I say they left, you still had fighting all the time.
Okay.
And around, we were of course in the room, dead quiet, but around 1:30 we received a message, and the communication was in and out because anyway, so around 1:30 we received a message, IDF is in the kibbutz. But we forgot to say that also the terrorists yelled IDF in order to lure outside. Yeah. So they said only answer to IDF Maglan or IDF Givati, two special forces. And around, so while they were there, the third wave was here, inside the house.
The third wave were?
Also civilians, nukhbas. Here they came, they were sitting like they belong here. And I asked, like as a joke, Owen, like, shall I make them coffee maybe? Because you could hear like they were sitting here, Alan. And but they came to take the bodies. Oh. Later on, they in the investigation they realized they were commanders. That's why they took them and not the people around, the bodies around.
They only picked certain bodies.
So
regular
here
terrorists, they
here were the commanders.
Okay.
Then around 4:30.
4.5.
4.5. Yeah. Continue.
In 4.5, we started to hear people getting into the house, and
You get another heart attack.
Yeah, another heart attack, and they started to yell IDF Maglan, and at first we didn't believe them, because the Hamas is yelling it too, but they started to speak in we call it IDF language, which is cover here, and they use letters as names. So A cover here, B cover there. So we knew that it's the IDF, and they have like Israeli accent.
And Owen and Guy were like on the door listening.
On the door we listen. No Arabic accent we know, so we
eventually you came out of the room then.
And we yelled that we're alive.
Yeah.
And they helped us to open the door.
Yeah. And we opened the door and we saw angels. Angels.
And you saw in the house what?
And they told Owen...
They took you out of the house.
No. You couldn't. They're still terrorists.
Yeah.
They just came to see that we're alive.
Yeah.
And then?
Then he said, what do you need? And Owen said, water. I said, okay, we're going to cover you.
Because the house looks
horrible. We'll show you pictures.
Yeah.
And by the way, when they opened the door, the order was, my God, smell of fire and
fire and blood.
And it was, we almost threw up. And so they brought water and said, okay, go in, still terrorists and rockets.
And rockets, a lot of rockets.
Okay.
So, and around I was shocked, around half an hour later, the head of the kibbutz suddenly, and he lives somewhere in the center of Israel. Suddenly he shows up inside of the house surrounded by soldiers. I was like, what are you doing here? He said, I needed to see you alive, gave me a hug and said, listen, try to find some clothes if you can, because we're going to evacuate the kibbutz. But stay far from the windows and and something like that. And he left. And then
the electricity came back.
Okay.
After,
Yeah.
And then you were evacuated.
Oh no, only at 1.
No.
Because they still fight.
1 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the morning. 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we were in the safe room. we couldn't because there were still terrorists. So we could find like here a shirt. I took 2 garbage bags,
Yeah.
like a homeless, and luckily everyone had a pair of shoes because they stole everything. And around 1, another group of soldiers came to take us out, and they surrounded the children very close as a circle in order for them not to see. Because if we thought here was terrible, outside it looked like hell, like bodies, fire, vomit. It's your eyes didn't believe you seen those sights. Unfortunately, he's rather tall. He did see the bodies.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But let's now take a step back. I mean, you just said your husband always mentioned to you that one day they will come in, but did he envision something? Did you ever talk about that before?
Yeah, of course we did.
Yeah?
Yeah, but they always said, not a lot because it wasn't really in the air. It's every now and then. But we felt, in the end of the day, we felt really, really safe because of we had the high-tech fence and we had the soldiers, and they always told us you're safe.
Bases and outposts everywhere.
Hamas, he surrendered.
He's weak.
So we felt we used to run in the fields. I used to get up at 4:30 and run with my friend towards Gaza and then around, and we felt really, really safe.
So that totally surprised you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you naive, you and the government?
I think the government were arrogant, the government and the commanders of the army, chief commander, and that's my point of view, of course. My point of view. I feel they were arrogant, exactly like the Yom Kippur War, because I remember that the week before, Ilan used to tell the army, listen, something is off because it's crazy. And they said like, yeah, they're practicing. And I was interviewed to the radio a lot. And I said, practicing for what? For peace? Because and it was
because you could hear that there are more rockets and shooting.
It was horrible. It was
even before that, 2 weeks before
a month coming to like all of September was horrible. That's why you had snipers, because it was so different and frightening. And then we always got like, oh no, it's okay. Oh, they just practicing. No,
for peace, like you said.
For peace, of course, for world peace. And so I remember even one day, I can't remember, it was Yav sick or you were sick? Yav. I remember I called, it was October 3rd. I remember I called Oren and I said, listen, I can't believe it, but I'm really afraid. Because there was strange noises, like a rumble from the ground, and it was different.
When were they digging the tunnels, probably, right? Or what was it?
They used the tunnels for practice.
Yeah,
again,
also,
practice,
and everything for peace.
Oh,
And so...
but you also explained how you were sitting together with people from Gaza who built your house.
Yeah, a year before, when they did the electricity, when we were sitting here.
And that eventually that turned out to be that they
Mapped the
made
details.
that on purpose.
Yeah.
Would you say you were naive?
Yes, and I remember that the Jews that came from Arabic countries always said, you don't understand. You think Israeli, like you speak Hebrew and they speak Arabic. I mean, you think of situation in your own mentality, in your own so-called language, but you don't understand. But when you don't understand that you don't understand. And this is, by the way, what I see now in Europe and all over the world, that they translate a lot of actions in European, and they don't understand that they don't understand, which is sad. But now unfortunately, we say in Hebrew, on our blood, we realize that we really didn't understand. And imagine that, and we live here I've been growing up since we moved, did Aliyah, moved from Belgium. I lived here, so most of my life I live here, and I didn't get it.